if it's a map that they like or not.
Yeah. This is going to be an interesting one. For myself, I've not had the pleasure of casting either one of these teams in their current situations, especially ENCE. I got to cast quite a bit of them last year in their previous setup, but not in this run. So I'm excited for it. But let's, dive into the action finally. So Vertigo, here we go. First round, ENCE versus Metizport. It's going to be CT for ENCE.
It is indeed. I like the Julie's coming out already from Diha. A little bit known for some of his maybe clips with the Julies as well. A lot of utility on Nilo here as well. That's a full pelt, 2 Molotovs, so this is a heavy investment from towards this utility. Kyler, gonna take first contact here. They're gonna pull back.
Yeah, low bullet's gonna have to reload. Goofy gonna be on the sidelines as well. They're gonna be pushing on him. The shot's gonna be running in from multiple sides, but Jackino gonna be able to get the first kill on Goofy, leaving the site fairly bare. Now Kyler, last one off the line on the site, gonna get some backup here, gets the first headshot, but the Julie's not going to be able to help out here as Sus is able to clean up the players. Last one left alive. Hades, very difficult position, sitting in an elevator at the moment. Seems like he's not going to be able to do much here in regards to getting a clutch. He's going to get pushed from all directions here. Affinity, not really ideal situation.
Not at all, and it's not even an expensive or a close one as well. That utility, they just storm the site. There's not really much they can do because by the time they're on site, 3 are already dead. Make that 5 dead now as well. But definitely a good showing from Metizport in this pistol round. Bomb plant, very clean, 4 alive, will award them a really nice buy going into this. And you talked about spring loading their step, after their loss versus Spirit. This is a good start. I know it's only the pistol, but it looks promising.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see how teams sort of deal with this, and if Jackino is the guy in charge here, the sort of IGL, which is kind of what I'm suspecting here, he might have the experience, at least somewhat, to be able to help his team after the loss of the Spirit to be like, all right, guys, we lost that one, but we won 2 amazing games. Now let's go into versus ENCE, heads held high, and really show them what we're about. So I hope that's the case.
The gamble stack,
so
though.
Ooh.
Actually, Gamble Stack has gambled correctly here. They are going to be met with a firing squad. Spotted, and they are just going to be mowed down there. Not much resistance at all, and look at that. Cleaned up nicely, only sustaining 1 casualty. The Gamble Stack was good, but unfortunately the SMGs, that's their breeding ground.
Yeah, and I mean, extra $1,800 there for ZTR. That is going to be putting him in a solid position. Drops the Galil over, buys himself an AK. Switches it back over, actually. He's feeling like a nice teammate. Feels like Nilo's going to be able to get some better shots out. I appreciate the dropping of the SMGs, especially as like trying to obviously farm the rounds. They're going to be opting not to sort of take a real bonus round here, which is important to keep an eye on. They have still got a decent amount of money to buy into the following round, but that could quickly get worn down if they're not careful. On ENCE's side, we look at it. Fairly healthy buy. Obviously, M4s across the board. Head armor missing on 2 of the players. They're going to be slightly weaker to the 2 Galils. But aside from that, pretty good. Glaive, though, instantly dropped down by Nilo.
Not able to get the smoke off either, and Goofy's got a big task ahead of him here. Try stop this. Only good for 1. Molotov off the angle. Kyler trying to put up some sort of resistance, but will fall as well. And that's the site. See her pushing through the smoke. Gonna have to be careful. That drop gonna be heard as well. And that's all information. I have a feeling ENCE might just call this one quits. Quit whilst they're ahead. Try save those weapons, because of course we talked about the economy situation. Very difficult to manage on CT. So they will just be wanting to keep hold of these weapons and what little utility they have.
Really well played via Metizport there. Good aggressive position down mid. They position now in a position to be able to get that headshot. The swing around, taking advantage of the Pika's advantage that is wildly obviously scrutinized within CS2. And really just opens it up. Glaive unable to get his smoke out, unable to get any sort of kills there. The trades weren't able to be in sort of the position. 2 players over towards obviously the B site, sort of sitting behind Gen. 1 kill whilst losing 3 players, which is just not good enough in that situation. So this is really going to be putting them on the back foot. The economy of Metizport starting to build up. Still very early doors though, mate.
Absolutely. The winning the pistol round as well, you can secure yourself the first quarter of a map even pretty easily, which is something I know is a big complaint. of CS2. Tyler having a little peek over the top as utility rains down on Metizport. Goofy jumps down. It's good. The flash is good, but Goofy already holding the ankle.
Yeah, that flash actually almost backfired, but Goofy held true to his shots. Potentially getting some feedback from Kyler there, though. Like, hey, I can hear your bullets. They're landing. Keep spraying. Now over towards A ramp. We're going to be seeing Hades in a difficult situation as he drops. He decides to play aggressive, holding that forward angle. Loses his life and now means I just will have the man advantage. Leaving Glaive to try and pick up the pieces here. Goofy going to be coming in as a backup player as well. The MP9 hand of Glaive. Half HP on Goofy as well. He's one tappable here. And, well, talking of which, adamb's going to kick down at Glaive deep on site. He's going to get the first kill from the bomb holder, but they're going to line up, swinging around. He's unable to contend with that. And now, kind of left in a 1v2.
There's a smoker kit available. So much to do. Gets the first through the wall as well. Going to hop up. They know where he is now. That smoke going to do him no favors. I say that. Manages to get one over the top. And now it's just ZTR. Holding background construction. Nice reposition, kind of very focused on sandbags here. Maybe a little bit tunnel visioned. ZTR. Spots him on the jump up, gets the kill, and that's a clean 4th round for them here. And that's a little bit of a difficult one for ENCE. Is these players playing as packs of 3 has worked so well for them. You know, the 3 of them pushing Glaive on mid last round. The 3 of it's just working very well because it means that every fight ENCE go into disadvantage.
I think Metizport have just been playing really well to make sure that it's never just one person peeking, for the most part. Obviously over towards B, we saw an early kill go in favor of ENCE, but that was just due to the early aggressive sort of positioning from ENCE over towards that B ramp. B stairs, and well, they were able to recover from it, obviously. Going forward, pistols and some MP9s inside of ENCE. Economy struggling, but they're going to be able to buy next round thanks to the round loss bonus. I do question the CZ, but he is on a short at the moment, so that's probably the one position I'd say it works at. But as soon as you get pushed out of that position, you're screwed.
I've seen a lot of CZs over the past couple of weeks. Has there been like an update or a buff that I wasn't aware of, or just people like CZs now?
I think it's more the fact that the change in CS2 where you can obviously have the 5.7 and the CZ, so if they feel that it might be advantageous to have it. Oh, okay, Kylo's pushed up. He was able to get the AK. Jackinero is going to be walking straight into the crosshair. He jumps up the wrong timing, but he's still going to be able to spray down 2 of them. Almost 3, but couldn't quite count that high. But Goofy with MB9 should make easy work of ZTR if he pushes alone.
We talked about these packs. Ooh, Nilo, nice so killed there onto Glaive. Does swing the balance a little bit back towards them. Diho with 1 in mid actually just missed on ZTR left, not for much longer. We talked about those swings together where there's always at least 2 people swinging, but it just doesn't happen. And it does allow them to get a nice little multi-kill to swing the early player advantage towards them. And that's a first round for ENCE. Good one to win. And actually, Hades on the AWP off the back of it as well.
Nice. First round on the board. Let's go. Let's have it. Keeping the CZ on the AWP player. I'd definitely say that is questionable. The long draw time is pretty difficult to contend with, but if anyone can deal with it, it's going to be Hades here. Absolutely fantastic player.
Back on ENCE again as well. Coming full circle, really.
Yeah, all the way around. This time round with a team that I think just suited him better, to be honest. Took him a while to try and find his place, and I honestly think he's found it with a couple of these lads.
I couldn't agree more. Good showing from him recently. I mean, back on ENCE, first time around was also a good showing as well. Also, the upgrade to Sun Pius was an easy choice, I think, for ENCE to make. He's back. He's in good form. The flashbangs are perfect.
Sight. Oh my god. The molly, the smoke's working fantastically. Going to be able to get multiple kills here. adamb, though, and ZDR are going to be able to chime in with a couple of their own, but they're going to have to back off with the bomb. Or maybe it was just bait.
Might have been, actually. The drop down will have been heard, I think. All a bit of a ruse. And adamb going to join back up with him. push this side together. There is only one person sitting here waiting for them. They are quite far back, so it is going to have to be a little bit of a push for them. Doing their due diligence, at least. Molotovs come out, bomb plant as well. That puts a timer above the head of ENCE. As we can see the rotates moving on forward. ZTR trained on this angle. Kyla actually going to jump up as well. 2v1, that bomb timer half gone as well. Drop down will have been heard. The two of them in a perfect position to play off of each other here. Turns out isn't needed. Kyla caught with utility out there. Perfect peek from ZTR. And that's a 5th round. ENCE one and done. Nothing but a speed bump here for Metizport on their T side. We are getting a little bit of a match pause here.
Yeah, it's tech pause. Someone crashed, it looks like. You see that there's currently 2 ZTRs. Ain't quite the case. So we'll just wait for Nilo to get back on the server. Quick look at the board there. But overall, really good performance from Metizport here. They're able to do a lot of, you know, explosive action alongside knowing when to back off. And to be able to peak as a team and go at these angles correctly, which like they're just making full use out of obviously the recent changes on CS2, where on T's they've got more definitive spawn points, a little bit more of an aggressive position. So putting Nilo at the front there, being able to charge him forward, having him being the sort of aim the first contact player, really does make a difference. So here we go, back into it, going into round 7. 1 round for ENCE so far. Metizport, they've got 5. This is obviously their map pick as well. They get to start out on the T side. ENCE obviously wants them to have the second half in their favor, at least in regards to preferable side to be on.
Indeed. Although 5 already on the T side is, most people would argue, a pretty good number. Smoke coming out, that will alert that somebody's pretty close by. Swings, and it's actually Diho who wins that one, but immediate trade coming on through. And that round gonna fall. Glaive pushing on round, might catch ZTR unaware here. Don't think he spotted it.
Oh no, Glaive. Unfortunate. ZTR, even though blinded, could see him. Again, that kill is huge. It's going to swing out even more in their favor. 3v4. This is looking dangerous. Hades going to be pushing up aggressive. He's on this short position at the moment. AWP in hand. He's going to get burned forward. Nade going to be coming through as well. Delivering multiple damage to him pretty much on this front. Jack knows he's going to be able to get killed. Hades turns around, but he's lost in the source. He gets dropped, and Goofy with an MP9 in hand is left to try and pick up this round, and it is just not going to happen. A 1v4. He's got an MP9, a couple of flashes of smoke. He's just going to have to try and survive here, and
I think they might send somebody hunting. Before alive, they might have a little poke and a prod.
They don't have a crazy amount of money, to be fair.
I think ZTR maybe is having a little bit of a look.
Yeah, I think it's definitely worth going for it, because even if you lose one player, it's not the end of the world by Galil or whatever. And you can see that, yeah, it's a smart play. If you take him down, that's obviously going to be reducing ENCE's ability in the following rounds by a margin.
I can't help but feel that maybe ENCE need to play a little bit more passively here, because we keep seeing them going for these sort of aggressive plays and just backfiring recently. Hades, you know, caught their own construction. We saw him playing out in the open on ramps a couple of rounds ago as well. And I'd like to see them maybe play a little bit further back and make Metizport play into them. Because they seem to be, unfortunately, giving away a couple of early kills off the back of these aggressive plays.
Yeah, we saw it in there, but where Glaive pushed through the smoke, tried to take an aggressive stance, which, like, I get it, I do, but when you've been losing so many rounds to when you've been trying to push forward, it's like, okay, well, maybe you actually need to play a little bit more reserved, like you're saying there, and hopefully that's what we're going to be seeing after this timeout. It's like, all right, let's reset, let's refocus, we're not buying this round, or at least I don't imagine they will. They could buy, like, you know, a couple of pieces here or there, but otherwise...
A lot of utility.
Definitely. Yeah,
most
I
of
mean,
that's
the
saved,
smoke...
but...
Yeah, okay, so
no?
Molly
There we
is
go.
also sold, but he has actually
No?
be buying
Yes?
into this.
No? Maybe?
Interesting decisions are made here.
They are. And Glaive with the Deagle. They're actually all buying up Deagles here. I can't help but feel that this might not necessarily be the play.
I think it's a bad play.
Yeah.
I think they are.
I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nice.
I'm an arsehole, so it is what it is. They are. I think that's a bit of a mistake, but hey, they know better than me. I'm not pretending to be a better player or knowledge on that front. These are pro players. They know what they're doing. So let's see how it works out. So far, it hasn't, but they need to mix it up. They need to change it around. They are gonna struggle on the floor up rounds here. But you know, hero rifle, it can save rounds.
It
So
can.
let's see what he's able to achieve here.
Sending him construction. Good choice here. No line of sight. Ooh, got a little bit scared by the bullets, I think.
If he died to a headshot right there, I honestly would just I would laugh, but also kind of cry for them.
That would have been absolutely brutal. I think you saw him as well. He saw the bullets coming towards him. Nope. It's not your time yet, Diha.
Well, over towards A, it seems they are going. There's going to be some setups here. Smoke's going to be, smoke protection, barrier over towards construction. I'm going to be making sure to struck out a molly heap. That scuffs it. Well, actually, no. That's a scuff.
I was going to say, I think that was not meant to bounce as far forward as it did. Unfortunate, but they've got plenty of utility to boot. Diha, nice little boost up position. Are they going to check him? Spots the gun. Manages to back away in Hades with a nice little headshot there. Kyler eating that HE, however.
Adam peeking on up, AK in hand, looking for any easy shots over towards headshot, but it seems like they're not be paying too much attention over towards the ramp. They're playing more reserved now. After this, Kyler's got the smoke angle. ZTR going for the pre-fire, but he's already made his round the corner. One shot through the smoke, he's dead. And another one onto the FDR as well. The rifle gone, and now they're going to have to try and defend it with a couple of Eagles and MP9, and through the smoke, Goofy's going to be able to find one. 3v3 situation continues. Make that a 2v3. The Deagles remain.
ZTR, lovely angle here, because the moment they peek, going to walk directly into him. Too focused on the players over towards Sandbag, and they just clean up. 7 rounds puts them, even if everything else goes horrifically this half, means they go into their CT side already at a huge advantage. So even if everything goes horrifically, ENCE win 4 rounds in a row, which the momentum that Metizport have right now, I don't think is likely. They have done themselves a huge service in the second half.
Yeah, it's interesting to see this go forward, especially with ENCE picking CT. I do still have questions around that. Would have wanted to see them pick out T-side. I tried to give a positive spin on it, but at the end of the day, I have questions. Hopefully they'll be answered at some point. But for now, 1 round on the board is not good enough. Like you said, 7 rounds on Metizport is fantastic. Now, as they push up over towards B, Nilo's going to be chucking this one towards mid. Molly followed up as well. He's going to be causing a bit of a distraction back on. This is what he has to do. Good work initially. Hades with the kill onto the play on towards mid. This is a lot better than they've done in the past.
Is indeed. I don't think they quite expected Hades to be up as far as he was. Ooh, Adam spotted someone there as well. Spotted the corner of Goofy. Pushes forward, gets the first. Spray transfer. Unfortunately caught in the reload, but ZTR has his back. Now it's just Diha. Low HP here for adamb. It's going to be up to him. Gets the kill. The trades are impeccable here from Metizport. And they secure themselves an 8th every round, just hammering the nail further into the coffin here.
Oh, I had my hands on my face there, mate. Like, Adam, his play was just so aggressive, but also able to do the flicks and transfers until we ran out of bullets. And then thankfully ZTR was able to save his life. It was down to the wire there. If ZTR hadn't shot that early, he definitely would have fallen, and I think that would have been around for DR. Definitely had a decent sort of push in towards that site. Well played. I mean, 8 rounds. God, they call a timeout as well. I think they just needed a moment to breathe after that, because Adam was popping off in that situation. So glad to see it, but ENCE, they haven't quite found the answer. Obviously, playing aggressive with Hades last round worked fantastically. Taking out Nilo in towards that mid position really gave him a lot more room to breathe, but again, as soon as they find 1 kill, or even 2 kills, they're just sort of slapped back fairly immediately.
Couldn't agree more. The buy here is they've got weaponry, albeit there's two balances, never ideal, but the utility is so light on the ground here. Not very much that they're going to have to defend, and actually mid is relatively wide open. Just Blade once again trying to defend, taken down early, and that gives them so much space.
Trade coming through, but guns are not going to be recoverable down that end, so at least he's able to pick up the A1 here.
Bit of an upgrade.
Yeah, it's at least something. I mean, Nilo being on low HP is going to be pretty big as well. Yeah, do not lose your head. If he pushes aggressive, that could be the end of him, and he is going to be peeking on it, and he does find one kill. Low is another one, super low. Finishing. This could be the second round for ENCE.
This could be like the angles that Hades is holding here, not getting too aggressive. I say that as he moves forward a little bit. He can hear them jumping up, and this is the perfect breeding. Look at it. So low, easy shot there, but the trade's so good from Metizport. Kyler has it at angle.
Yeah, he's going to get burnt out on that spot, though. Good with the free fire. They now know he's there. They tag him. He does land a shot back, but it's only going to be onto his foot. Goofy going to be coming up the rear. Famas in hand. He has to hope his teammate stays alive long enough. If Kyler overextends, this could easily be over now. Shot to mate. He's going to be able to finally kill Nilo, but only just. He loses so much HP. Now going to be in a 1v1 here. The pressure is on. The nade comes out. That could land. Oh, just off the point, but it doesn't matter. The last few bullets in his AK are going to do the job. Finish off Goofy and bring them the 9th round. I don't know how ENCE bring this back.
I agree. We go 9-3 and hope that the Zonic's law of MR12 kicks in. You know, if they can get a pistol round off the back of it, maybe they can close that gap. But honestly, letting Metizport get 9 on their T side, on their map pick, and on Vertigo is a little bit worrying, setting themselves up for this whole series, because this is also a map that they've played a lot of recently.
Yeah, and I mean, we didn't talk about it in the veto, but we did actually see Metizport beat Spirit on this map. They got 7 rounds on their CT side. They did really well, and then they're just given this map straight on over as well. So it's interesting to see. Well, it not banned, but also the fact that it's on the CT side. But you know what? They had to play on one of the maps they didn't want to play. There it is. Now going in, right there, put the nails in the coffin like you were saying. Jack Nogan pushing aggressive. He might get caught off, but no, he's still able to play aggressive. His teammates going to backing him up, but not fast enough. As Hades going to be good for 1, good for 2. That is going to be adamb rushing around the corner, looking for some vengeance. ZTR still alive as well. 2v3 advantage in the court of ENCE at the moment. Who is going to reign at Supreme? We'll have to wait and see in a couple of moments. The bomb is going down. It's not going to get denied. There's no util left on the side of ENCE whatsoever. 1 flash in play on Adam as he goes behind some med bags.
It does indeed. There's no way to really weasel him out of here. As you said, no utility left. This is a very nice post-plant situation. So disadvantageous for ENCE. All they have to do is play their time, occasionally peek up and get a kill as well, it would seem. At adamb, they're all just hitting their individual shots. There's nothing that Kyler can do here, is there? Look at that. Perfect little angle. It's so good. 10.
Just dirty.
Holy.
I love it. Well, what a fantastic round for Metizport. They had the disadvantage. It was a 2v3 situation. ZTR and Adam just coming out of the bats. The 2 players carrying this team on this map. But I say carrying them because they're taking all the kills. The rest of the players are mopping up the rest. Just absolute fantastic performance from them. ENCE currently on sub 10 kills on each one of the players. Not that kills are everything, but it's obviously a stat to track. That last round as well. Definitely could have done something.
ZTR's 18-3. That's insane. Kyler, I like the position here. Has to be careful. We've talked about the double peaks being insane. And if that flashbang comes out, he could very easily... Ooh, I say very easily. Actually gets the first kill, but there's nowhere really to back off to there. Trade immediate. Goofy, ready to fill in the gap a little bit and stop them pushing too much further and taking any more control. adamb, Zero getting a little bit over-aggressive. Does have the right angle, though. Swings around the side, takes him by surprise. Player advantage here.
Unfortunately, not a gun advantage or armor advantages on this run, but AK's a glow, so armor doesn't really matter. Another headshot, head armor anyway. Some util left, but the flash and Ada Molly on the other side of Metizport, they've got enough to do a solid execution here, and we've seen what they can do with just 2 players. Oh, never mind, Zetiel's gone. Now let's see what the IGL can do behind the camera. He's obviously now dead. Yeah, it's going to be construction position. Molly goes off. Util going to be thrown out. I reckon I'm going to be good an execution here, but the nade comes through, knocks him down. Now it's going to be Nilo left, and he is dropped. 2 rounds is all ENCE gets. We're going to go into a break. We'll be back very shortly. Make sure to go grab your popcorn, drinks, and we'll see you very soon. Welcome back. Hopefully you've managed to catch your breath, because we're going to be diving straight into the action. It's going to be ENCE getting absolutely destroyed. Glaive going to be good for one, but pulled apart across the ramp there, and now B-side Zetiar are going to be able to get multiple kills. Hades, last one left alive. I may end up casting the whole of this side because it's going to be so short-lived.
Is indeed. I was going to say, during the break, we were talking about how if Metizport take the pistol round, we really might not get to see much of the half here. We may be done and dusted pretty quickly as well. No bomb plant for ENCE means that they do not have the money realistically here to force. So they will just be conceding over map point here, more than likely. Well, they're going for it, though. They're going for the Tech 9s, and actually quite a fair bit of utility here. If they lose this, I can't help but feel that nuke on the horizon already.
Yeah, I think this is the play. buying into this one, but I wanted to see some explosive action, especially with the new positioning for it. But DR going down super early, and Sus going to be in such a key position. He should be able to find the kills here. Although we are having a couple of tech issues here, so we will miss what has happened right there. But, I mean, the writing is on the wall, mate. ENCE have come into this underprepared for a team that have just shooting out of the across the track like a greyhound. There, like Metizport, which is doing absolutely fantastic.
Don't say greyhound. Like it's too soon. It's too soon.
Oh no, I didn't even make that connection. But yeah, that definitely is rather sad on that front. But I mean, ENCE, we talked about it in the break. What were you saying about, like, what are they doing wrong here?
I think they're going for some really aggressive plays, and it's just not working. And then they keep going for aggressive plays, and it keeps not working. And at some point, I really need to see them switch up the tempo a little bit. And they need to let Metizport play into them, I think, and try figure out what they're doing. Because they're standing out in the open. We've seen Hades, we've seen Glaive do it as well. Stand out in the open, take these really confident fights. And it's just not going their way. I think they need to fall back a little bit, understand that their shots just don't seem to be hitting today, and try play off that a little bit more. The trading also isn't as amazing as we'd like it to be. Metizport, we've praised them for these, these double swings, these triple swings as well, where they're constantly getting the trades, constantly in player advantages as well. So there's just lots of small bits and pieces that I don't think ENCE are adapting to.
Yeah. I couldn't put it any better myself, but let's jump back into the action. I'll let you take it away. And this may well be the final round, as Metizport are now on 12 rounds.
They are, and there's not much left here for ENCE to defend with. We can see ZTR having a little bit of a jump there. Utility raining on down. This ramp closed for business. They are taking a large chunk of damage already.
Yeah, they've at least got some bits of utility here to try and pull a round out the bag, but they're going to have to get 10 rounds back to 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 back. I think that was 10. Someone can check.
Close enough.
Close enough. But yeah, it's going to be a massive uphill battle. Some say impossible, but it's implausible.
Considering ENCE haven't been able to put back-to-back rounds together at all, the 2 rounds they've had have been completely separate from each other. It's a worrying prospect, and Diha here having a little wander, and is taken down there. Look at that, Jacquino, sorry, Nilo, and Nilo too actually here. And now it's just 2v4. And it's Diha with the pistol, Hades with the Galil, no utility. Neither of them with bomb as well here, so they've got to go retrieve that. And very solid positions here from Metizport.
Well, let's get that bow tied on the person here. That is called Vertigo. Don't really see any way through this. Dio is the last one left alive. Galil in hand. He is knocked down a peg or two. 20 kills to 5 on ZTR at the end there. Absolutely insane, especially for what we're seeing as potentially the IGL of the squad. He absolutely dominated that half. Well, not half, the whole match. It was so fantastic. But any sort of specific players that are highlighted for you aside from ZTR?
I was going to say ZTR, absolutely not.